As more speculation and excitement surfaces for everything that is probably Naughty Dog's most ambitious game yet, there's a lot in which I, as a content creator, can cover. I'm obviously a huge fan of the studio and their game, The Last of Us, and so it's no wonder why I've been so keen on finding out more about Part 2, which was officially revealed back at PlayStation Experience of 2016 with a brief teaser of Ellie singing Through the Valley by Sean James, a song which I think has a lot of symbolic meaning to it, but I guess we'll have to wait and see for when the game finally comes out. One huge discussion that the community has been talking about is The Last of Us Part 2's release date. Now, I spoke about this on a very well-known PlayStation dedicated channel called PlayStation Source, where I went over all the reasons as to why I believe that The Last of Us Part 2 is set to come out in 2019. The first reasoning behind this is how long Naughty Dog has been working on this title for. It's a given that they've had this game in development at least 6 months to a year prior to the official reveal back in December of 2016, and so by not having the game come out until 4 years later is already something that has me questioning the game's process in general. This isn't a bad thing, however. If the game is set to release next year for 2020, then so be it. I want all the time Naughty Dog needs to fully flesh out and polish their biggest creative endeavor yet, but be done so without pressure or time constraints. However, I don't think this game is set to release next year. As stated in the beginning of the video, this game has been worked on for at least 3 or more years now, and given how most of us know by now that Neil Druckmann tweeted a photo announcing the final wrap-ups for mocap performance, now, I did some digging, and based off of Uncharted 4's mocap being finished back in October of 2015, counting all the way to May 10th, 2016, the day in which Uncharted 4 came out, that leaves a 7-month of crunch or gap between mocap completion and the final game product. And obviously, they used those final months to add some touches and polishes before it was released to consumers. Now, I know some would argue that The Last of Us will take even more time, given the fact that it's probably going to be a longer game than Uncharted 4, thus meaning longer developmental times to complete the game, but I disagree with that statement. As some of us may recall, Uncharted 4 had an extremely challenging and rocky development process, resulting in the firing and or quitting of several instrumental employees, such as creative lead and Uncharted creator Amy Hennig, meaning Neil Druckmann, Josh Scher, and whomever else helped with the story had to literally recreate the entire, or at least a huge portion of the story for Uncharted 4 that had to be redone in a manner that would allow the game to finally come out eventually, while in this case 7 months later from the mocap. Now, of course, what I mean is that The Last of Us Part 2 arguably has had a cleaner development process than Uncharted 4, especially since Naughty Dog has been hiring new employees literally left, right, and center. By this, I think it would be fair to subtract 2 months from this 7-month placeholder, if you will, from Part 2's mocap completion, which, if my math is correct, would insinuate that the game will come out in September of this year. Interesting month, wouldn't you say? Well, if anything rings a bell, that's because September marks Outbreak Day, a popular yearly theme in which celebrates, quote-unquote there obviously, the outbreak that has taken over the human race in the game. Outbreak Day is on the 26th of September, I almost said December, which is on a Thursday. Now, I'm pretty sure games typically come out on a Friday, and therefore I believe that The Last of Us Part 2 will come out the day after Outbreak Day, Friday, September the 27th of 2019. Of course, nothing said here is set in stone as of yet. However, my confidence on a 27th of September launch date for this game is one which I think will definitely happen. This is obviously a prediction, and so if you disagree with me, let me know your thoughts regarding the game's potential release date before an official announcement is done by Naughty Dog or PlayStation themselves. I've had a lot of fun speculating regarding Part 2 of this game, and as a fan, I have a series in which I am currently doing with Kevin Diaz, one of the cooler YouTube hosts over on PlayStation Source YouTube channel. Both Kevin and myself, have announced that, this series called Road to Part 2, which should be coming out every Wednesday until the game comes out, I hope. However, obviously, I think we should all be hopeful that it comes out this September. Otherwise, that will be quite a lot of episodes that we'd have to cover. But anyhow, of course, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. And to all those who have subscribed to my channel as of recently, I truly appreciate your support, more so than I can articulate through words. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to leave a like. And as always, I have been TheStarkz. Peace.